Hey you guys, this is Music Talk on DMD2, Producers Tune and hitparade.ch. Still at the very 10th Greenfield Festival here in not so sunny Interlaken, Switzerland. With me today, or right now, Aaron from a band called Awolnation with the latest record. Coming from sunny California, Aaron, tell me, what happened to the weather here?
Well, it's unpredictable, and it rained pretty hard, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes ago, but
yes,
it looks okay now.
Yeah,
right?
But it changes here in the mountains. It changes all of a sudden.
Here's what happened, is the powers that be have blessed this festival with a little bit of rain, a lot of rain, and when we play there will be no rain, which is a song by Blind Melon.
And which
No
is
rain.
a good prediction, yeah. Which is a good prediction.
Which Christopher Thorne, a good friend of mine, I believe produced and played guitar on Chuck Reagan's
Yes.
record, and he's playing before us
Yes.
on the same stage.
Yes.
So to go full circle with the no rain into some rain into who knows, and maybe some lightning.
Yes.
Lightning strikes, like
Yes.
Live, the band.
Yeah, wow.
90s.
You see, guys, this is somebody who really knows what he's talking about.
I don't know much, you know.
Yeah,
I try,
of course
I
you
try.
know much. I mean, that means that music is very important to you.
It
of
is,
course.
yes.
Yeah, and it's not just a job. But I mean, you need to be more than just, you know, filled with motivation to have a job, because such a large tours you're doing. I mean, it's quite a hard work to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
but
always
we're
easy.
playing music, you know, so I can't ever complain. Behind closed doors, sometimes I'll get frustrated with simple little things, and you know, just simple human functions that aren't available sometimes on tour. But other than that, I feel grateful. You know, every morning I wake up to play music and just, you know,
to
share
like
it with
best.
people and have people even care about what I'm doing is pretty crazy, and I'm blessed.
Yeah. But somebody else here on the festival told me that being on tour means per day 22 hours of hard work, not so cool stuff, and 2 hours of pure beauty and pure amazing time when you're on stage. Do you feel that way too?
No, I mean, you know, those other hours that you know, you're not playing or involved in music, you could still educate yourself and learn. You could read, you could write songs, write lyrics, explore other films, you know, do a lot of things to better yourself and better your next song that you may write. So I disagree with whoever said that, but I understand where they're coming from. But I mean, we have no right to complain about anything.
So now you have been, I believe, the other day in Prague.
Yeah, that was two nights ago. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 nights ago. So you're still touring Europe, or you're leaving soon?
Yeah, we play tonight, of course, and then tomorrow in Austria at Novarock Festival.
Yes.
And then we have a bunch of time off. Then we're playing like this F1 race festival thing for Red Bull, and then back home to finish up the record and do a bunch of summer festivals in the States, and then you know, come back sometime next year, probably April, May. I think we're gonna come back to Europe.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you say that you're, of course, performing on the for the Red Bull on the F1, would you opt, if you had the chance, would you opt in to have a quick trial race with an F1 car?
If I could race it, yeah,
you
I would like
want
to do
race
that,
it
yeah.
yourself.
My dad raced Formula 1 cars or whatever is right below that. I guess maybe that's Formula 2. I'm completely ignorant to this, so don't quote me. But anyways, he raced something like that, and before I was born. And growing up as a kid, he would teach me how to apex turns, and so there are a lot of canyons where I grew up in order to get from my town to the beach. So I could school any other band at racing.
Cool. And also in drifting. Maybe
drifting. I don't know about drifting. That's a Kenny thing. Our keyboard player, he'd be really good at drifting. He's into all the Fast and Furious films. Don't know why, but he's into that kind of thing. And yeah, he would dust me in drifting, but I would win the race in the long run.
Yeah, at the long run.
The tortoise and the hare.
As always.
Yeah.
Cool. Aaron, your current album.
I'm just the wolf. And the tortoise in there.
We will be talking about nicknames later.
Cool.
Your current record is called Megalithic Symphony. It's not a concept album. My question to that.
It is though, if it wants to be at the time.
Yeah, well, would you also consider that to be a concept album, or what would be a difference for you guys to have so-called concept albums created, compared to albums where just one song has no, relation to the other?
I think any album that is decent should be a concept album. There's got to be some concept to the artwork and the lyrical content. Maybe there's certain records that people just throw a bunch of songs together and call it an album. But I think most halfway decent albums have some sort of concept behind them.
Yes.
Even terrible albums have some sort of concept. Maybe the concept is that they're terrible. But so I wouldn't say. I wouldn't go out of my way to say it's a concept album, but there's definitely like a concept that ties it together in some sort of way, or a commonality between the songs and the intentions of the songs. Maybe.
So you wouldn't go to the studio and say, okay, listen up, guys, now we are doing a concept album.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that.
No. But of course it's always a time frame where you're recording it, and this is a time in the lives of you guys.
Yeah.
So that of course has some sense, some meaning to the lives you're leading right now. So
yeah,
it's kind. So that has to do with this. Your music style is somewhat not very easy to describe, and that those are this journalists always trying to put you in some boxes and to ask you. Would you also say that you could also perform on a show where more or a festival where more electronic bands would be playing?
Yeah, we could play with anyone.
Yeah. And are you doing that? Or
yeah, we play with everyone in all different genres all the time. I mean, we played a show in Las Vegas with Miley Cyrus of all people. It was like this, but that was only because we had some songs that were so successful at radio that like we ended up playing this one festival over there where she was on the list. But we played with metal bands, we played with punk bands, we played with pop bands, indie bands, alternative bands, just bands. I don't know. I mean, I try my best to not
categorize
put bands in
yourself
categories. It seems silly to me.
Yeah, it's really silly, but that's only the journalists. I wouldn't consider myself to be a typical journalist.
Right.
Otherwise, I would speak better English. Probably.
You sound pretty good to me.
Oh, thank you. That's very humble. Thank you. But towards the from the perspective of the musicians, it's of course it's what goes on in their minds, and we are all influenced by different genres. What were your biggest influences when you were still young as a kid?
Just the music that was all around me.
Springsteen?
No, not really so much. I wouldn't say him, although Nebraska is a record I fell in love with about 6 months ago when I was writing my new record. Maybe there was some sort of influence there, but I don't know. I mean, all music influences me. Life influences me more than music even. But I don't speak on my influences because it's just too big of a conversation. That's a dinner we could have and talk for 5 hours.
No, I didn't want to talk. Maybe that was wrongly said by me. I was only curious about what was your first CD was in the shelf.
Yeah, well, interestingly, my first CD was Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Not even the best record at all, but that was the first record. For some reason, I bought that. A Led Zeppelin box set, and I think those were the first CDs I got, and a Steve Winwood CD of all things.
Okay.
And then my first cassette tape was Run DMC, Raised in Hell, and Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. So,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything.
That's
the
a cool
whole
mixture.
Point. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure. Steve Winwood being the best of all those.
Little Stevie Winwood.
What is he?
Yeah, little. He was when he was still little. He was called, I believe, when he was in
Stevie Winwood.
Stevie Winwood, little Stevie. Yeah,
oh, right.
Stevie Winwood. Yeah, yeah. Going back, or just one of my last questions, Aaron, about your band mates' nicknames. That was interestingly for me when I was preparing for this interview. That all of you guys, you have those nicknames. Has that some kind of a concept, or was that?
Well, we had nicknames at first, just to be, because we were bored, I guess, But we don't have any nicknames anymore. I mean,
yeah.
And half those guys on this list I see aren't even in the band anymore.
Okay.
So now it's just me, Drew, or Drew Blood was his nickname, and still is. Isaac Carpenter. You could get really clever with a nickname there if you like. I'll let the audience choose that. And then Kenny, you know, he likes to go by the Yellow Assassin sometimes. And, you know, my nickname's always been AWOL since I was, you know, from 6th grade until now. So...
that's not going to change anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
it's funny though when my buddies that I surf with still call me that, because it's become such a big thing. It's so strange when they still call me.
And
by that.
They have another source why they call you like that.
Yeah.
Not because of the name on the record.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
they're more just like
great.
Teasing me really when they call me that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, thanks Aaron for your time.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your stay, and
hopefully we'll bring the good weather when we play.
Well, and if not, well, I mean, from the music, good weather will anyway come through. So
thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. Take care.
Thanks.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
That was the music talk on DMD2. Just to give a very quick outro, and talk to you soon, guys. Cheers.